Power is a phantom, a warmth that is gone when you awaken, leaving you cold and utterly alone. Before the son, there was the father, a merchant of great standing, who learned the first lesson of power. It is a tide, and when the tide goes out, it leaves a man stranded, willing to bargain with whatever crawls from the deep.
You have lost your fortune. I can give you more than you ever dreamed of.
For what price?
A small thing, the first to greet you at your home. Bring it here in 12 years. What can that be but my dog? A small price indeed.
And so the pact was sealed, a promise made in haste, to be paid for with a lifetime of regret. For the first thing to greet the merchant was not his dog, but his son. Gold filled the merchant's chests, but his heart was a cavern of dread. The 12 years passed like a breath, and the debt came due.
You have no power over me. I am not my father's property to be sold.
The pact is the pact. But there is another way. The water will decide.
So he was given up, not to the darkness, but to fate, pushed away by the very hand that had condemned him. The river of fate carried him to a silent shore, and a castle sleeping under a spell.
My deliverer, I have waited 12 years. This kingdom is yours, if you can endure its trial.
This castle is bound by a terrible curse. To break it, you must survive 3 nights of torment.
The 12 enchanted guardians will test your body and spirit, but you must endure it all in absolute silence.
If you cry out, the spell will be permanent, and we will both be lost forever.
He had been a pawn in his father's story, cast adrift by fate. But in the serpent's plea, he heard a chance not for survival, but for purpose, a curse to break, a hero's work. The first night, 12 men in chains beat him, but he did not speak. The second night, 12 more came and stabbed him, but still he was silent. On the third, they cut off his head, yet he uttered no sound, and with the dawn, their power was broken. He had won the kingdom, the ultimate power, it seemed. Love, a throne, and a son of his own. For 8 years, peace reigned, but the memory of an old life, like a ghost, began to haunt his heart.
Do not go. My heart warns me this will lead to our unhappiness.
This wishing ring is bound to my own life force. It will protect you. But you must swear an oath.
Do not wish me away from this mountain. To do so would break the very magic that holds our kingdom together.
I must see my father. I promise I will not use the ring to wish you from this place.
Power, long held, breeds a dangerous pride. At his father's home, dressed as a shepherd, he was met not with joy, but disbelief.
A king in rags? My son is long dead. This is some trick.
And in that moment, his pride, stung by doubt, forgot its solemn oath.
You swear an oath. On that ring. A thoughtless act can undo a world.
It was a simple mistake. All is well now. I am tired. Let me rest.
To her, who had been powerless for so long, a broken promise was no simple thing. And she decided in that moment that she would never be powerless again. While the king walked the desolate lands until he came upon 3 giants arguing over their own illusion of power.
The sword that slays armies is mine, and it is most powerful.
No, the cloak of invisibility is far better.
Fools.
The boots that outrun the wind are the best.
You can't settle this by shouting. You need an impartial judge. Let me test them to see which is truly most powerful. Give me the items. You 3, stand together by that distant mountain. I will use the boots to join you in an instant and declare the winner.
I wish to be at the Golden Mountain.
Upon his return to the Golden Mountain, he wore his cloak of invisibility and entered the castle. There he found his power in the hands of another, his queen, celebrating her new marriage to a new king. Being invisible and enraged, the king throws stuff.
What is happening? What magic is this? Is this castle possessed by an invisible evil?
At that moment, the king took off his cloak and revealed himself.
It is he who has thee in his power, thou traitor.
The wedding is at its end. The true king has returned. Leave this hall now, and you will be spared.
They did not see a king. They saw only a man in rags. And so they chose their fate.
All heads off. But mine.
The sword did its magic, and he was once more the king of the Golden Mountain. But a kingdom of the dead is no kingdom at all. Some things once broken can never be made whole. And in the end, on his lonely throne, the king learned the cruelest lesson, that a man can conquer an entire mountain of gold, yet remain utterly impoverished, possessing only the sharp and painful fragments of what he once held dear.